It is Sunday, March 1st, 6:15 p.m. Let's take a look at the Dow components, all 30 of them. We'll try and go through them as fast as we can. I mean, 1 minute each. That's 30 stocks, 30 minutes. Let's see how we go and try not to get sidetracked. So remember, these are the end month settlements. So Apple was net high for the month by 1.9%. Momentum weakened a little bit, but still midterm bullish. AMGN, massive gain, 14.3%. Momentum is accelerating upwards. Market has a distinct bid for the healthcare stocks. Partly there's a defensive element to it, but powerfully bullish, and hardly anybody seems to notice or care. I know some people who own this, and they're very happy with this. Amazon, king of online retail, down 12%. That is a distinctly bearish engulfing candle under the 10 of May, 210. Momentum has turned negative, will be increasingly negative in March. Volume is higher on selling, bearish. You could argue we can come down to maybe 180. That's $30. That's 14%. American Express, spiky candle, spiky. Bam. Down 12% on the month. 308. This is ugly. Momentum has just turned negative as of Friday. This is very negative. Financials are sounding an alarm bell. Do not dismiss them lightly. They're telling you something is wrong. We know there's issues in private equity, but the giants have rolled over and they're breaking down, and yet people seem completely oblivious about it. It's very strange to see that. I see so much complacency out amongst some of the people I know and speak to. I like go stare at this chart for a good hour. Try and tell me the main market isn't the problem. Boeing down 2.5%. Momentum remains marginally positive. I mean, it's kind of a neutral stock. Caterpillar, extremely bullish month, new historic high at 13%. Zero to be bearish about Caterpillar. Salesforce, bearish engulfing candle in January, played out 8% lower for the month. Momentum is increasingly negative. Look at the volume, massive volume. You could argue that's capitulation volume, but really, I think Salesforce 140, 135. CSCO, new historic high, net high for them up by 1.5%. Momentum remains distinctly positive. Nothing bearish there. Chevron, 6.6% for the month, new historic high. Momentum positive. Oil's got to jump on Monday, of course. So Chevron will jump to a new historic high at the Monday open. Disney, down 6% for the month. Broadly, it's a multi-year chop. Momentum due to turn negative this week. That's a problem. Goldman Sachs, one of the strongest financials out there. We have a rollover. This candle is technically bearish engulfing. Soft target is the 10 MA 782. That'll be around 800 on Monday. So you have a good $60 downside. Momentum is rolling over. Short-term bearish. Home Depot, recent earnings were mixed. Currently up 1.6% for the month. The February candle is a little bit spiky. Momentum remains negative. Leaning short-term bearish, but nothing particularly exciting. Honeywell, new historic high up 7.6%. Momentum turned positive. Nothing bearish there. IBM, horror. I don't use that word lightly. This is clearly horror. 5 candles, all spiky on the upward side. There was selling, and now we have the break. We're going down. We're down 21.2% for the month. Soft target, 209/200. Momentum has only just turned negative. We are going down. This one's going down. This one is also sounding an alarm for the main market, but especially, of course, tech stocks in general. J&J, new historic high. What a run. Absolutely bullish. There is an element that if the main market gets whacked, this sort of stock catches a defensive bid. JP Morgan, king of the financials in my view. January's candle, bearish engulfing, played out. We have a lower high, lower low, down 1.8% for the month. We settled above a 10 MA, but we looks like this should go down in March. Momentum will turn negative at the Monday, March 2nd open. It's going down. Coca-Cola, 9%. This stock captures a defensive bid. Nothing bearish there. McDonald's, same as Coke. New historic high up 8.3%. Momentum's turned positive. Gotta love fries. Yeah. 3M, new historic high. Cooled back because of the main market up 8.4%. It is technically a bullish engulfing candle. Momentum is marginally positive though and prone to turning negative. It's a bit of a mix, but I could accept anyone who's broadly long. Nothing to worry about unless you go under the 142, 143. Yeah, 142. That's where your stop would be, right? Merck, 12.3%, powerful gains. Momentum showing zero sign of a turn. Very bullish. Again, healthcare is good, right? Microsoft, 6 months low of 7, down 8.5%. Another month, second month under the 10 MA. Big. This is important. Any monthly, actually any close or any actually. Thinking about what I would say. Any price action at all under 364 would merit alarm bells because we didn't do that in April. We didn't even do that in October. Actually, it would be November of 22. All the way back here. Alarm bells if that little green line is pierced. Zero sign of a turn. Bearish Microsoft. Nike. Month 4 of chop. Bullish above 70. Short-term bearish under. What's that? I'll check. Let's not guess. 60. Okay, yeah. Bullish above 70, bearish under 60. Everything else is just chop. If I had to guess, based on the main market, I think we're actually going to trade under that. In which case, then we could look for maybe 51. NVDA, down 7% on a month. This candle is bearish engulfing. We settled above a 10 MA, but still. Actually, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, we're going down. Momentum will turn negative at the Monday, March 2nd open. Nvidia's going down in theory into May, into April probably as well. Soft target around 150. So around here. Yeah, we're going down to 150. We're going down. P&G. January candle, bullish engulfing, 10% for the month. Very powerful. Again, this is one of the stocks that get a defensive bid when the main market gets whacked. Momentum should turn positive on Monday. Bullish. Sherwin-Williams, up 2.2%. It's a lot of chop. Momentum remains negative. Travelers, new historic high, solid gains of 8.5%. Momentum has ticked back upwards. Bullish. United Health. It did print, I mean, it's up 2% on the month, but that is a bullish hammer. But it's a lower high and a lower low. That is not bullish. Momentum ticked up a little bit, but if the main market goes down in March, April, then this is going to be coming down to around 230. I lean bearish. Visa, a lot of chop. January candle bearish engulfing did play out. Lower high, lower low. Short-term bearish. Verizon, wow. 12.5% near strike high. January candle bullish engulfing played out. Momentum is increasingly positive. Absolutely bullish. Walmart, new historic high, 7.4%. Absolutely bullish, right? Look at how the 10 MA holds the support. Zero sign of a turn. Bullish, the king of retail. I think that's it, right? Well, what's the last one? Yep. Oh, I guess I should just have a quick peek at the Dow. On a monthly chart, the Dow was higher for a 10th consecutive month. The February candle is not black. So there's no real sign of a turn. I would say it's a teeny bit spiky, but still, it's another gain. Monthly momentum is subtly lower, but still positive. Volume's been sustainably higher this year relative to 24, 23. Yeah, nothing bearish. As a collective of indexes, the Dow is clearly still short, mid, long-term bullish. There's other things, of course, to talk about today. I will highlight some other things later in after hours. Well, not after hours, but yeah, it's a Sunday. I guess I might do a gold silver video. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, first things first, get this uploaded. Back later.